there by Mason Mooney to get the opening out here of the ball game. Defensively for the Eagles, Nelson Smith, Dalton McClain, Ryan Potts left to right in the outfield. It's Gibson, Miller, Gibbs, Denton third to first, and Mitch Ballant behind the plate. And the first pitch to the left-hand hitting DJ Dixon is on the inside corner for strike one. Right-hander pitches, and Dixon swings and misses on a changeup. Down and away, and the count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. Mooney, the team leader in victories this year with 3 of them, 3-2 record, a 3.81 ERA. The 0-2 stays high and away. Ball 1, 1-2. Mooney coming off of a quality start last weekend against Mars Hill, 6 innings of 3-run baseball. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that bounces up there low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Noah Pridmore was excellent yesterday, 5 2/3 innings, struck out 5, picked up the win for the Eagles. The 2-2 pitch, again misses down and away. So from 0-2 to 3-2 for Mooney as he continues to try that changeup down and away. Fastball slider changeup for the right-hander, the senior from San Jose. The payoff pitch stays up and away, ball 4. And Dixon, after his 11-game on-base streak came to an end yesterday, draws a 1-out walk here in the first inning. Well, Carson-Newman pitchers had put together 1, 2, 3 frames in the opening frame in the last couple ball games. So Matt Fry will stand in with Mooney on the mound. No score here in the top of the first inning. Mooney works from the stretch, and he quickly checks over to first base and backsliding. Dixon hasn't stolen a base so far this year. Eagles sporting the white pinstripes today. Navy hats for the Eagles. Black tops and white pants for UVA Wise. Mooney a long hold here and another throw to first base. Denton slaps the tag on, but once more Dixon able to get back. Mooney has had a terrific season. Last year had an ERA north of 8. This year he has sliced that in half and then some. Now the first pitch on the way, and he spots it on the inside corner for a strike at the knees. Fry, 344 hitter on the season, a home run and 5 driven in. Yesterday went 1 out of 5. Mooney readies the 1-strike pitch. Stays high on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson-Newman has now rattled off wins in 12 of the last 17 conference contests, dating back to last year. And the Eagles find themselves in the upper echelon of the league here in the early part of the year. 1-1 pitch, popped up, shallow center field. Now Mooney coming back onto the infield dirt, or Miller rather coming back onto the infield dirt. And it is the shortstop there to squeeze it and retire Fry for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, runner at first base, and here comes Cole Harness. Harness was really held in check for a good chunk of yesterday, and then he found a way to get hot in the 9th inning, a 2-run double. 28 RBIs now on the season. Mooney's first pitch to the left-hand hitter, just missed down and away for ball 1. Well, there's starting to become some separation between the top half of the league and the bottom half of the league with how things have played out the first few weekends. 1-0 pitch. Harness again lays off of a changeup down and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Mooney tinkering on the outer half. Eagles were good yesterday at getting Harness to swing and miss. He struck out 3 times. 2 balls and no strikes. Mooney pitches. Gets one on the outside corner, this time around at the knees. 2-1. Well, you have 5 teams now on the year with 1 or fewer losses. You have 4 teams with 5 losses and 3 more with 3. The 2-1. Hit in the air, foul down the left field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lenore Ryan remains atop the table, undefeated. They beat Emory and Henry yesterday 16-5. Pulled away from the Wasps. Runner at first base, no score here in the first. Runner takes a big jump. Now the 2-2 pitch. Just missed up and away on a breaking ball. And the count runs full. And that will allow Dixon to get off and rolling here on the pitch. Denton will move behind him, allowing the shift to cover more ground with his left-hand hitter at the plate. 2 outs and the runner at first base. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Big action pitch here against the league leader in RBIs. Mooney nods his head in agreement with Ballant. Denton back covering the bag. Here's the payoff pitch, and that misses outside. Ball 4. So 2 walks here in the inning. And that puts runners at first and second base with 2 outs for Hunter Metter. Metter yesterday had a pair of doubles. Was on base 3 times in that 9-5 loss. No score here in the opening inning. 2 men on, 2 outs. Mooney straightening up, and he brings it up there. And here's a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Smith quickly up to get it. Around third base and coming to the plate. The throw is way up the first base line. Dixon scores. UVA strikes in the opening inning on a base hit from Metter. First pitch swinging from Metter. And he lines a base knock into left. Arnis decided to stay at second base despite the throw. And 2 men on, 2 outs now for Deshaun Prinkleton. And he hits one sharply out to short. Miller up with it, throws to second base. And that's how the inning comes to a close. So 6-4 on the putout to end the inning. We're through a half frame. UVA Wise gets on the board on the Metter RBI single. Carson-Newman now coming to the plate when we return to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Hunter Metter's RBI single in the opening inning has given UVA Wise a 1-0 advantage. As Carson-Newman will step to the plate for the first time today, and it's Clayton Lanzer getting the baseball from Brandon Costa. Lanzer 6'3", 170, a junior from Forest Hills, North Carolina. Lanzer making his 5th start of the year. He's 0-2 with a 6.61 ERA for the season. Hasn't gone more than 4 1/3 innings in any of his outings this year. And he gets the red-hot Trey Miller, who has 3 triples and 3 homers in the last 10 games. 1-0 lead for UVA Wise, and Carson-Newman gets its turn. Miller had a leadoff triple yesterday after he had a leadoff home run on Wednesday. And the right-hand pitcher Lanzer into his motion, and the first pitch that he throws misses outside for ball 1. Well, yesterday it was a pitching staff for Wise that rarely found the zone, less than 50% of the time. The 1-0. Miller hits it sharply underneath the glove of Hurst and down the left field line. Quickly over to get it is Dixon. Miller's hustling into second base, and he's in there easily with a leadoff extra base hit. And Carson-Newman in business in the bottom of the first. So a leadoff double for Miller. Yesterday, Carson-Newman stranded the bases loaded in each of the first 2 innings. Looking to get the offense cooking a little bit earlier here today. McLean at the plate. Corner infield pinches in. McLean not showing a bunt, taking a ball down. 1-0. Well, McLean yesterday was aboard 3 times, walked a couple times, didn't have a hit, saw his hitting streak come to an end. Eagles down 1-0 in the first. Lanzer's 1-0, swing and a miss. McLean waited on it, was patient, and eventually whiffed over the top. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield. Harness is way off of the bag, and now he's taking a couple steps back onto the dirt. A check of second base, the 1-1. Hit sharply through the right side of the infield. A lot of space over there, and it's into right field. Fry up with it. Miller around third. He races home. RBI single for McLean. Carson-Newman ties the score immediately in the bottom of the first. I just mentioned it. There was a lot of space over there. And with the second baseman, Metter, trying to keep Miller close, McLean exploited that. Here's James Denton. 1-1 game in the first. Runner takes off. Denton swings and fouls it back. A little hit and run action. Well, Denton has 11 RBIs here at home this season. He's been red hot on this facility, and he launched a solo home run to get Carson-Newman on the board yesterday in the 5th. 0-1 the count in a 1-1 game, and the pitch is up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Carson-Newman's offense has found some good pieces to the puzzle here in the last few weeks after it had been a frustrating start to the year offensively. Throw to first base and back safely. McLean, he's got 5 stolen bases this year. Back-to-back hits have opened up this contest for Carson-Newman's offense. Looking for more here in the opening frame. 1-1 pitch. Denton swings and misses. Pitch up and away. And now he's in a 1-2 hole. One ball and 2 strikes. And a throw to first base. McLean once more back safely. Well, he's been thinking about running. Eagles have had the hit and run on one time. 1-2 pitch. Denton fouls it back. Lanzer is leaving pitches up, but for the most part they're out. Almost completely off the plate. Lanzer taking a long time now with the runner at first base. The 1-2. Denton strikes out swing. It was again a pitch up in the zone, but it was off the plate away. And Denton down swinging. And it is the first out here at the bottom of the first inning. And with 1 out and the runner at first base, here's Mitchell Ballant. Ballant yesterday had a hit and 5 trips. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. And here comes the offering. McLean takes off. Ballant rips it into right field. This is going to slice against the warning track and one hop the wall. It's overrun by Fry. McLean's around third. He's in to score. Ballant heading to third. He's over there safely with an RBI triple. Carson-Newman has the lead. 2-1 in the first. Well, Ballant got a good pitch to hit and roasted it into the alleyway. 2 extra base hits here in the opening inning. So here's Nelson Smith. Smith swings and misses on the first pitch that he sees. No balls and 1 strike. 289 hitter this year in the first The 0-1 pitch is hit out to second base. It's picked up by Metter. Ballin is in to score. It's an RBI ground out for Nelson Smith, and the Eagles have scored 3 times in the opening inning. Well, that works out perfectly for the Eagles. And now Zach Bose looks at ball 1 down and away. Right-hander pitches, and Bose takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. A 15-pitch opening inning, with the Eagles have ambushed him for 3 hits and 3 runs. The 2-0. Bose swings and launches one out to left center field, but Prinkleton has space in the alleyway to make the catch and end the inning. But Carson-Newman strikes for 3 in the opening frame. And after stranding the bases loaded in the first inning yesterday, the Eagles make no mistakes here today. They get all 3 runs across on the base runners, and a 3-run opening inning for the Eagles. Step out for a break. Carson-Newman on top, 3-1. Mason Mooney back to work, trying to throw up a 0 for the first time today when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Carson-Newman scores 3 times in the opening inning. And they answer UVA Wise's 1 run and lead it 3-1 here in the second. Jeb Hurst at the plate, and Mooney starts Hurst with a curveball for strike 1 called. At the knees outer half. Hurst yesterday was on base 4 times. 2 doubles, 2 walks. The 0-1. He grounds one back up the middle. Miller waits for it to get a nice hop into his waistband, and he throws a strike over to Denton at first base to retire Hurst for the first time in the series. 1 up, 1 down in the second inning. Now Justin Reed will get his turn here in this second frame. First time he's seen action in the series. A .237 hitter, a homer, and 10 RBIs. 3-1 game in the second. Mooney's first pitch in this sequence is right down the middle for a strike. Well, Mooney was uncharacteristically off the plate frequently in the first inning as he delivers here, and a foul ball stung over to the first base side. Out of play. 0-2 the count. Mooney threw 9 of his 16 pitches out of the zone in the opening inning. 0-2 the count here to Reed. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mooney beats him with a breaking ball down and away, and quickly 2 retired in the second inning. First punch out for Mooney. And now Jacob Boyle, the catcher, had a 2-hit day yesterday. Couple singles. And a 3-1 Carson-Newman lead in the second. Mooney trying to make quick work of the Cavs. First offering is a squibber up the first base line. It bounces foul. It hooks back towards fair territory and then squibs back to the right for a foul ball. That was a cue shot up the line, and it bounced a good 5 or 6 feet in foul ground. And after that first bounce, it hit the ground a second time and hooked back towards the chalk. Never got all the way over. And once it hit again in foul ground, it squibbed back to the right. 0-1 pitch. Boyle hits this one to third base. No question this one's fair. Gibson fields, throws him out at first base. And that ends the inning. That is as efficient of a frame as Mooney has had this season. Quick work in the second. Ingles bats right back to work, leading it 3-1, going to the bottom of inning number 2 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Carson-Newman scored 3 times its first time up at the plate, and they come to the dish here in the second inning, looking for some more as Ryan Potts will stand in with CN on top. 3-1 against UVA Wise in Game 2 of this series. Potts yesterday a hit in 3 trips and a sac fly and was hit by a pitch as well. Lanzer back to work, and the right-hander's first offering is a good breaking ball down that Potts waves over the top of. Strike 1. Lanzer works out of the full windup here with his team down 2. Trying to match what Mooney just did as he pitches and gets a strike on the inside corner with a fastball. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Outfield straight away. Not as much wind today as there was yesterday. The 0-2. Bounce back up the middle. Diving effort by the shortstop. Badgett. It ricochets off of his glove and squirts into center field. And a base hit for Ryan Potts. So that'll go down as Carson-Newman's 4th hit of the day. Good work by Badgett. Thought that ball was going to get all the way to center, but he was able to get a glove on it. Never had a chance to get Potts, and a leadoff man aboard for Aiden Gibson. Gibson squares the bunt and takes a pitch off the plate away for ball 1. Gibson had a nice day yesterday. Was aboard 4 times, had a 2-run double, and it gave the Eagles the lead in the 5th. 1-0 pitch. Gibson again squares the bunt. It is going right at his body. He defensively bunts it foul off of first base. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Well, chillier than yesterday, 46 degrees, but without as much wind and the sunny skies. Feels like we're trending towards 60 degrees yet again. 1-1 the count. Lanzer pauses. Long hold in the pitch. Gibson bunts it in the air, foul off of first base. It's 1-2. Lanzer with a long peer down here to Boyle. Checks first base. The 1-2. Potts starts, stops, swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Potts back safely. So Gibson unable to get the sacrifice bunt down. It turns into a strikeout for Lanzer for the second time today. And now Will Gibbs, who's Carson-Newman's leader this season in conference play and batting average, hitting .333. First pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses down and away. Ball 1. Carson-Newman leads UVA Wise 3-1. Eagles have now won 12 in a row in the series. And looking to win this 3-game set here today. 1-0 pitch. Potts does take off here, and Gibbs fouls it back. Had a pitch up and in, and got a piece of it to foul it back. Well, Carson-Newman's offense, quick starters today after missing some opportunities yesterday early in the game. Lanzer pauses. He fires the 1-1. Gibbs waits on it and shoots it foul down the right field line. Out of play. Count now at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Lanzer is doing what Justin Snyder yesterday never did, and that's throw strikes. 19 of his first 26 in the zone. Snyder yesterday just threw 29 strikes on 66 pitches. The 1-2 misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gibbs has 1 foot out of the batter's box. Now eyes up his lumber. Digs back in. Potts leads away from first. Lanzer comes to the hold on the first base side and throws over in that direction. Potts back. Well, other scores from around the league yesterday. Tusculum takes down Limestone 11-5. Anderson outlasts Coker 10-9. The 2-2. Gibbs fouls one back again as he hangs around in this count. Holding it 2 balls and 2 strikes. How about the performance yesterday of Mitch Ferris of Wingate? 5-1 Bulldogs get the win, and Ferris 18 strikeouts. 1 shy of the league record for a single game, and he's been a great two-way player for the Dogs. The 2-2. Gibbs bounces one off the plate out to short. Picked up by Badgett. Long throw over to first base, and it gets by Harness. Over to third base heads Potts. Gibbs heads to second base. So everybody's safe, and the mistake allows Carson-Newman to get 2 in scoring position with 1 out.
Now batting number 7, Trey Miller.
So that'll be an infield single for Gibbs, and then an E6 that gets him over to second base. And now here's Trey Miller. Corner infield in with 1 out. And Miller takes the ball downstairs. So Gibbs has hits in every official at bat he's had this weekend. Now 3 hits. 2 infield singles. And then chalk up the E6 to get him over to second, and Potts over to third. 1-0 to Miller. He rifles one out to left field. Dixon racing back. It's over his glove. It one-hops the fence. Potts comes in to score. Gibbs is around third base. He's hustling home. Trey Miller, a second double of the day. Carson-Newman expands the bulge to 5-1 in the second.
Now batting number 15, Dalton McClain.
And now that'll warrant a visit to the mound. Carson-Newman's bats like a lightning rod here out of the chute. Excellent start to the ball game for Carson-Newman and a 5-0 lead. Well, the other final in conference play yesterday to wrap up that conversation. How about Newberry just doing exactly what you expect from the Wolves? 22-9 winners over Mars Hill. Almost impossible to beat them at their facility. It's 17 singles, 5 doubles, no other extra base hits. Had a 7-run inning, had a 10-run inning. And we've seen it with that club over the years that if you can't get them out, if you can't get swing and miss, they will pepper you to death, and they will put up a boatload of runs. Had the Conference Player of the Year, Braylon Marine, last year. Drove in 75 runs, just a couple homers for him. And that Newberry team, they were young last year, went to the final 3 of the conference tournament. Right-hander ready to go now on McClain, and the first pitch to him bounces up there for ball 1. Well, it's going to be an interesting league this year to see who is left standing at the end of the season, and it's a much different vibe this season with the regional setup for the conference tournament where the top 2 seeds get a host. Unlike everybody meeting at Smoky Stadium. 1-0. McLean rips it over the head of Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin down the third baseline foul. He was able to duck out of the way. Carson-Newman leads 5-1 here in the second inning. And they just continue to barrel up balls against Lanzer. Right-hander will throw it back to second base, and back with a headlong dive is Miller. A 3-run first, a 2-run second, and not done yet. 6 hits already in the game. Carson-Newman had 7 yesterday. The 1-1. Miller takes off. The pitch is taken high. Miller is out at third. That was an excellent throw by Boyle. Miller caught stealing. That erases him on the base paths. Right-hander pitches, and a breaking ball's on the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-2. And the pitch stays up in the zone this time around, 3-2. So 3-2, 2 outs. Carson-Newman leads it 5-1 here in the second. Lanzer out of the full windup this time. As he gets the sign from Boyle, who sets up inside. A fastball misses down and away for ball 4. Well, that was the story yesterday. 9 walks, 5 hit batters. And that's the first free pass issued by Lanzer today, but he's been giving up hits. And with 2 outs and a runner aboard, here's James Denton, who was a strikeout victim, back in the first. Eagles lead it by 4, 5-1. Right-hander pitches, and that hits the outside corner for a called strike. Well, that's been where Lanzer has been throwing pitches to Denton so far. Pitches that just clipped the outer half and have been up around the belt. Lanzer's 0-1. Denton squares the bunt this time, and a breaking ball misses high, 1-1. I don't think that Denton would actually consider laying down a bunt with 2 outs, but just making Hurst at third base think about it. Lanzer comes set. McLean takes off. It's upstairs for a ball. The throw down to second base, again on target. And Boyle throws out 2 base runners in the inning. This time, the Eagles make a couple mistakes on the base paths. They commit 2 outs on the bases, and that's how the inning comes to an end. Carson-Newman settles for just the 2, and the Eagles have a 5-1 lead as we move on to the third inning. The Eagles in control early in Game 2 of this 3-game set against the Cavaliers.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Mason Mooney needed just 8 pitches in the second inning for a 1-2-3 frame, and he gets the top of the lineup for UVA Wise here in inning number 3 with his team on top, 5-1. Nick Badgett at the plate, and the first pitch to the left-hand hitter is on the outside corner for strike 1 called. Badgett swung at the first pitch in this game and grounded to first base. The 0-1 off the plate away. That's a ball and a strike. Right-hand pitcher and this left-hand batter, and the 1-1 pitch High fly ball hit out to center field lazily where McLean can camp out underneath it, and the center fielder squeezes it into that brown leather mid for the first out here of the third inning, and that is now 5 in a row retired by Mason Mooney. And with one out and nobody on, here's DJ Dixon, a preseason all-conference selection. Will step to the box. Mooney out of the windup in a 5-1 game, and his first pitch to Dixon is up and away for ball one. Well, entering this year, Carson-Newman's biggest question was on the mound, and Mooney had a lot of experience out there with mixed results. The 1-0. Curveball on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. But despite those mixed results in the last couple years, he's put together his best season as a senior. The 1-1. Outside corner again for a strike. It's 1-2. Well, I'm sure when he got to the ballpark today, he looked at the wind and said, thank goodness, because sometimes he pitches on those windy days. The 1-2 bounces up there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. This field almost a little bit like Wrigley Field at times. When the wind is pushing out, you can see a boatload of home runs. And that's the reason why Carson-Newman gave up over 40 last year here. The 2-2 just missed outside. 3-2 the count to Dixon. This is exactly what happened in the first at bat. Mooney got ahead at 0-2 and eventually walked Dixon. Payoff pitch this time. Curveball is fouled back. And the count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mooney gets a new baseball from Mitchell Ballin. Dixon back in there. Carson-Newman leads 5-1 in the third. The payoff again. This just missed up, and that was a pretty good-looking pitch by Mason Mooney.
Now batting number 12.
And he walks Dixon for the second time, and that's the first base runner since the RBI single for Metter in the first. And with 1 out and a runner at first base, Carson-Newman's lead is 4 at 5-1 here in the third. Matt Fry stands in. Pop out to short his only time up. Mooney pitches. Starts him with a curveball down and away. Missing for a ball. 1-0. Well, Dixon gets a good lead over at first base. Just beyond the cutout. At first base, the 1-0. Off the end of the bat and bounced foul over towards the on-deck circle. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Harness is in the on-deck circle, and yesterday in the 9th inning, he was pinged by a ball that went into the dugout while he was waiting his turn. The ball just seems to find Harness. The 1-1. Hit in the air out to right field. Potts will trot back, has plenty of time to reach up and grab it. Dixon retreats back to first, and a fly out to right field is the second out of the inning. So now here is Cole Harness. Walk his first time up. 2 outs and a 5-1 game. Carson-Newman leads the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. 1-0. Well, Carson-Newman continues to imply that shift to Harness, but his double yesterday went in the left center field gap, and there's a huge hole over there again today. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big time cut from Harness. Well, Harness is hitting .382. I mean, he makes contact more often than not, but he has that big, hefty cut. Both hands come through the zone. Mooney checks on Dixon, who's back safely. Mooney's next pitch will be number 40 of the afternoon. One ball and 1 strike. Mooney delivers, and this ball is crushed out to right center field. McLean will watch this one sail out of the ballpark. Harness a 2-run blast, and it's back to a 2-run game at 5-3 here in the third. Well, no mistakes to be made there, and that's that healthy cut from Harness. Got a pitch out over the plate and absolutely launched it. On a 1-1 offering, Harness leaves the yard, and it's 5-3, 2 outs, and Hunter Metter at the plate, and he swings and misses on the first pitch from Mooney. Well, Mooney was plagued by the homer last year, and now trying to settle back in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mooney wheels, deals, and it's bounced off of the leg of Metter. Back to the mound. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Carson-Newman leads 5-3. And this game, unlike yesterday that had a big scoring surge by Carson-Newman, a little more back and forth here at the outset in game 1 of this twin bill this afternoon. A ball and 2 strikes. Mooney pitches, and it popped up left side of the infield. Gibson, the third baseman, calls, and on the grass, he makes the catch, and that retires the side in the inning. But Cole Harness hits a 2-run home run, and UVA Wise is back within 2. It's a 5-3 ball game heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Eagles have scored their first 2 times up. They'll try to make it 3 in a row when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC. We're power with purpose.
James Denton due to lead off for Carson-Newman here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Eagles lead by a pair, 5-3. Eagles have scored 3 times in the first, twice in the second, looking for more here in the 3rd. And the first pitch to Denton from Lanzer is a breaking ball down for ball 1. That was his 40th pitch of the day for Clayton Lanzer in his 3rd inning of work now. Denton, the left-hand hitter, struck out his only time up. The 1-0. Misses down and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, after Harness's home run, it felt like Carson-Newman was maybe starting to pull away, but it's back to a 2-run ball game, and those 2 caught stealings in the last inning loom large. Lanzer misses inside on a curveball, 3-0. Denton taps the bat on his right foot, waves it like a windmill in front of his body, and the 3-0 pitch stays high and away, and a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning by James Denton. And the last 2 batters have drawn walks against Lanzer. Mitchell Ballin had an RBI triple his first time up, and he gets the opportunity now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with Carson-Newman on top, 5-3. Lanzer works out of the stretch, first base side of the slab, and he pitches. And Balance swings and misses. It was a pitch up and in. Well, after Carson-Newman had tried to steal bags the last inning, I can't imagine that they'll be that aggressive for at least the next couple. But just as I say that, Denton takes off, and looks like it was a hit and run as Ballant fouls it off. Just as I was talking about how I didn't expect the Eagles to be all that aggressive, of course they were. 0-2 the count, though, now to Ballant. Right-hander Lanzer pitches, and Ballant a check swing, little flare off of first, and Harness is backpedaling and making the catch in foul ground, retiring Ballant for the opening out. Well, it was an excuse me swing from Ballant. And that was a good play by Harness. He's holding on the runner at first, had to open his hips and track back to get there. So with one out and the runner at first base, here's Nelson Smith, had an RBI ground out his first time up. Lanzer's first pitch. There goes Denton again. The pitch is taken for a ball. The throw ricochets off the second baseman's glove. Denton is heading over to third base. The shortstop Badgett picks it up and will not make the throw. So that'll be a stolen base and an error on the catcher. That gets him over to third. So stolen base for Denton, and I guess my assessment of Carson-Newman not being aggressive on the base paths was completely off base. 1-0 to Smith is fouled back. Corner infield is in, middle infield back, just like it was when Smith was up there in the first inning. Carson-Newman an opportunity here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lanzer pitches. This ball's ripped through the left side of the infield, past the third baseman Hurst, into left field, a base hit. Denton comes in to score. Smith an RBI single. Carson-Newman leads it 6-3 in the third. So a base hit from Nelson Smith. He's got 2 RBIs in this one. He's got good speed as well, so maybe the Eagles will be aggressive. And the first pitch to Zach Bose, and he lifts this one out to left field. It is at the warning track, though. Dixon makes the catch. I thought that ball had a shot to leave the yard, but Bose just got underneath it, and without that wind to help aid it, it ends up in Dixon's glove, and there's 2 outs here in this third inning. Bose just got underneath it, and yesterday that ball likely gets out of here with that heavy wind, but not today. So with 2 outs on the runner at first, here's Ryan Potts, and Potts singled his first time up. This pitch is in the dirt. Good block by Boyle, and retreating back to first base is Smith. 1 ball and no strikes to count here to Potts. Singled and scored in the second inning. Eagles have scored in each of the first 3 trips to the plate, lead at 6-3. 1-0 the count. The pitch, there goes Smith. Potts fouls it off. The count's at 1-1. There's so much activity on the base paths right now that this UVA Wise team has to deal with, and you wonder. Well, Lanzer look over at first base on this offering here. He brings it plateward, and he misses high. 2-1. Well, they're exhausting Doyle behind the plate as well. Doyle having to be ultra concerned about what's going on the base paths. 2 balls and a strike. And a throw to first again, and back safely Smith. Well, Smith this season, 2 out of 3 in stolen base attempts. Right-hander is set. Here's a 2-1. Potts lines it into center field. That's dropping in for a base hit. Smith stops at second after the ball was bobbled by the center fielder. So he'll stop at second base. So a base hit from Potts. He's got 2 hits on the day. Eagles up to 7. Or check that, 8 now in the game, more than they had all of yesterday. And Aiden Gibson, a strikeout victim in the first, stands in. Lanzer delivers, and he bounces it up there. That's an excellent block by Boyle. Both runners flinch towards moving up. That ball was smothered by Boyle behind the plate. Well, Lanzer continues to throw strikes, but Carson-Newman continues to pepper the outfield. 1-0 the count. Lanzer brings it up there, and this is a line drive. Leaping effort, and it ricochets off of Badgett's glove and into center field. Smith around third. He comes in to score. Potts over to third base. Eagles add another on the 2-out hit from Aiden Gibson. So Gibson an RBI single. Potts over to third. Smith home. Eagles have scored twice more here in this inning and still have him at the corners with 2 outs for Will Gibbs. 7-3 the lead. Here's the first pitch to Gibbs, and that's a strike at the knees. Counts at no balls and 1 strike. Well, Gibbs had a single, and he scored a run. In the last inning, runner takes off here, and he shoots it up the first base line foul to fall into an 0-2 hole. Well, what a start to this ball game for Carson-Newman's offense. The question is, can Mooney string together a couple scoreless innings out there on the mound? 7-3 Carson-Newman back up to a 4-run lead. 0-2 pitch. Gibbs pops it up. Third base side. Hurst retreating into foul ground, backpedaling and making the catch to end the inning. But Carson-Newman gets 2 more runs in the frame. And the Eagles have stretched the lead back to 4 for the second time today. 7-3 the lead. We're heading to the 4th inning. Can Mason Mooney throw up a 0 and allow the bats to get back to the bat rat? We'll find out when we come back here in a moment. Carson-Newman leads at 7-3 on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Mason Mooney back to work in the 4th inning. Carson-Newman's lead is 4, 7-3 in his first pitch to Deshaun Prinkleton. Misses down and in for ball 1. Mooney so far 45 pitches. He's been efficient, but has run into some issues. The 1-0 pitch hits the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Bounce third base side foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman looking to win the first 2 series of the conference series for the first time since the 2020 year. The 1-2. Here's a fly ball hit out to center field. This is way up into the air. McLean started back, now races in and makes the catch. That ball hung up in the air forever, and that allowed McLean to make that adjustment, retiring the leadoff man here in the 4th inning. Eagles took 2 out of 3 against LR and 2 out of 3 against Mars Hill that year. Right-hander pitches, and that nearly hits Jeb Hurst on the inner half. 1 ball and no strikes to Hurst. He was retired for the first time in the series in the 2nd inning with a ground out to short. And the count's now 2 balls and no strikes. Mooney works out of the windup, has the sign, and here he comes with the 2-0. And it's a swing and a miss. Good pitch. Well, Hurst has had an issue with the swing and miss this year. He has Struck out 32 times this season in 80 at-bats. 2-1 misses down and away. Looked like Mooney might have slipped a little bit as that pitch misses. 3-1 now. Right-hander sights the sign from Ballin. The 3-1 to Hurst. Gets the inside corner. Hurst thought maybe it was a little up in the zone. Instead, the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman 7, Wise 3 in the 4th. The pitch. Hurst fouls one up the third base line. Count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And Hurst fouls another one off. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Payoff pitch from Mooney again coming. And it just missed downstairs. Pretty good looking pitch from Mooney, and Hurst somehow had the ability to lay off of it. And that is already the 4th walk of the game issued by Mason Mooney. And that's very uncharacteristic for him. Carson-Newman's lead is 4, 7-3 here in the 4th. Hurst, 1-out base runner for UVA Wise. Mooney back to the stretch. And his first pitch, the right-hand hitting Justin Reed misses down and away. 1-0. Mooney had walked 4 batters combined in his last 5 outings. 1-0 pitch. And here's a line drive hit out to left center field. Lengthy run for McClain. He's not going to catch up to it. It hits off of the fence. Hurst is hustling around third base. Miller double clutches on the relay throw and never had a chance. Hurst in to score. RBI double for Reed. And it's back to a 3-run game at 7-4. Well, the walk's really plaguing Mooney. In 34 appearances, Mooney had walked 4 one other time in his career. That was 2 years ago against Tusculum. He walked 4 in 4 innings. He entered today with 33 walks and 108 and a third innings pitched. And just like that, the score down to a 7-4 tally. Tom Griffin goes out to the mound to have a conversation with Mooney. And let's see what kind of adjustments are made. So with 1 out and a runner out at second base, here's Jacob Boyle, and Mooney's first pitch is a breaking ball that's down the middle for a strike. He gets ahead at 0-1. Boyle, a ground out to third, his only time up. Well, Carson-Newman scored in all 3 innings. Wise has scored now in 3 of the first 4 innings. 1 strike and nothing the count. Mooney delivers. He misses low with another breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the last 21 innings, Mooney had walked 4 batters. Throwback to second base, and back safely is Reed. And so far through 3 1/3 innings, Mooney has walked 4 batters. Well, he's grinding through this one at 60 pitches in the game. 7-4 Carson-Newman in the 4th. 1-1 the count, the pitch. And that bounces up there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Well, Carson-Newman yesterday used Pridmore, Shaver, and right through 3 pitches. So the bullpen should be pretty fresh. Ethan Patch will get the ball in game 2 of this doubleheader today. Lead is back down to 3. 2 balls and a strike. Boyle bounces it back up the middle. Miller picks it up. The runner takes off for third. Miller throws out Boyle at first base. 2 outs in the inning and a runner now 90 feet away for the Cavs. So Nick Badgett will stand in. He's 0 out of 2 today. Ground out and a flyout. 7-4 game here in the fourth. And Mooney's first pitch misses downstairs on a fastball, 1-0. Mooney going to the full windup. So Reed can get a good lead over at first base. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That misses outside on a curveball, 2-0. Well, Mooney certainly grinding through this one. He takes a walk behind the mound and now climbs back up the hill. Straddles the slab and the 2-0. Misses or hits the outside corner. That looked like it was outside. Instead, he gets the benefit of the call from Andrew Girard. Cameron Haney at first and John White at third. The 2-1 pitch. On the outside corner again with another breaking ball, and he evens it up at 2-2. Well, Carson-Newman's specialty has been going to the changeup against left-hand hitters. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mooney into his motion. He brings it up there, and it's shot foul off of third base. Went to another curveball outside. And Badgett hangs around with a count holding at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mooney had that clean 1-2-3 second inning. Otherwise, this game has been filled with base runners for both sides. A 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air down the left field line. Smith coming on and over. The left fielder making the call, and he makes the catch. Gibson nearly ran into him, the third baseman going out, and Smith eventually made the call. And fortunate that the Eagles didn't collide there. And Smith with a good catch down the line right near the bullpen mound to end the inning. Eagles get out of the jam, but a run comes across the plate on the RBI double from Justin Reed, and it's a 3-run game. Eagles have scored in every inning. Top of the order, headed to the bat rack when we come back, leading at 7-4. Carson-Newman on top on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Trey Miller has 2 doubles in the game, and he leads off the fourth with Carson-Newman on top 7-4. And Lanzer's first pitch is a breaking ball down and away for ball 1. Miller doubled and scored in the first and brought home 2 with a 2-run double in the second. The 1-0 pitch from Lanzer. This is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Lanzer's given up 9 hits. He's walked 2. Mooney's given up just 3 hits, but he's walked 4. 2 balls and no strikes. Lanzer delivers and gets one on the inside corner. 2-1. Carson-Newman leads it by 3. They've led by 4 on 2 occasions. Have had multiple runs in each of the first 3 trips to the plate. The 2-1. Miller hits this one in the air lazily out to shallow left. It is the shortstop, Badgett, onto the grass to make the catch. Miller retired for the first time today. That is also the first time that Lanzer's retired the leadoff man in an inning. 7-4 the score here in the fourth. Dalton McLean at the plate, taking ball 1 outside on a slider. 1-0. Lanzer into his motion, and the 1-0 pitch. Over the top curveball, misses high in the zone, 2-0. 7 runs, 9 base hits, no errors, 2 left on base for Carson-Newman. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 3 left the board for the Cavs as the 1-0 is fouled off of first base. Or the 2-0 rather, fouled off first base. It's 2-1. We've played 7.5 innings. We've scored runs in 6 of those 7. Lanzer's 2-1 offering. High in the zone this time, 3-1. Well, Lanzer's longest outing this year is 4 1/3 innings. So he's getting right around that point now, the 3-1. Fouled straight back into the screen. Running the count full at 3-2. Carson-Newman leads it 7-4 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Eagles won 9-5 yesterday. The 3-2. Fouled straight back into the netting. Pitch in on the hands of McLean that time around. Able to muscle it straight back. And another payoff pitch from Lanzer coming. McLean waits on it, flips it into right field. Fry over. He's there to make the catch. That retires McLean. And with 2 outs and nobody aboard, Lanzer looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. He deals with James Denton. Denton has struck out and walked, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner from the right-handed hurler. 7-4 Eagles here in the 4th. The 0-1 bounces up there and ricochets third base side. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 72 pitches now for Lanzer. Boyle sets up outside. That's where the pitch is on a curveball. And a swing and a miss from Denton. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lanzer straightens up out there on the mound. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And how about that? A 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander, Clayton Lanzer. And for the first time today, the Eagles fail to score. But they lead it 7-4. We head to the 5th inning here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
In a game that looks like it's going to come down to which side's pitching staff can put up zeros in a consistent fashion, Carson-Newman leads 7-4. And in the 5th inning, Mason Mooney is back out to work, getting 2, 3, and 4 in the UVA Wise lineup, starting off with DJ Dixon, who's walked twice and scored twice in the game. Mooney out of the full windup pitches, and he misses down and away for ball 1. 41 of the first 69 pitches for Mooney have been in the zone. He's walked a career-high 4. And Dixon rips this down the right field line. It's a fair ball, 2-hopping and rolling into the fence. Potts picks it up. Dixon heading into second base, and he's in there with a leadoff double. in the 5th inning.
All right, keep it going, keep it going.
4th hit of the day for the Cavs.
Now batting number 12.
And now Matt Fry, who's been retired twice today and in 6 of his 7 plate appearances in the series. Eagles lead it 7-4. Mooney out of the stretch as he kicks the leg and fires and drops one in there for a called strike. Mooney looking to put up a 0 in this inning, but will have his work cut out for him as he throws it back to second. Gibbs caught the baseball but never got the tag on Dixon. You just wonder how much longer will the Eagles hang with Mooney here. 0-1 pitch. Bounce foul off the plate. 0-2. Mooney has at times been a starter in his career. Started this season thinking that he was going to come out of the bullpen as a swing guy, but he's back into the weekend rotation. No balls and 2 strikes. He pitches, and it's shot into right field. Potts coming on and over, still coming over. He overruns the baseball, and it bounces in fair ground. Around third base, and now getting the stop sign, Dixon. Into second base goes Fry. Back-to-back doubles. And a tying run coming to the plate in the 5th inning. And absolutely the guy you do not want to face in Cole Harness coming to the plate.
Now batting number 11, Cole Harness.
And Travis Tingle has already made the motion to the bullpen. Eagles bringing in a lefty. We'll tell you about him when we come back. Carson-Newman leads by 3, but the tying run coming to the plate here in the 5th. Leads the country in appearances this year. This will be number 12. 2-1 record, a 4.95 ERA. Lefty on left-hand batter. Eagles lead 7-4, 2 men on, nobody on the 5th. And Hughes' first pitch is a slider that's hit out to center field. McLean is over into the alleyway making the catch. Runners both tag up. The throw goes into third. And sliding in safely is Fry. It's a sacrifice fly by Cole Harness that inches UVA wise within a 2-run margin at 7-5. So 1 pitch and the out. And now Hunter Metter at the plate. Lefty on righty, and Metter takes a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. A 2-run game and a runner at third base with 1 out. Hughes dialed in here out there on the rubber as the left-hander straightens up. 1-strike pitch. Popped foul and out of play off the right side. Hughes coming in, throwing fastballs, and he gets ahead at 0-2. Well, Griff Hughes has worked himself into the midweek starters role. He's struck out 12 in his last 3 appearances, up to 29 now on the year. 0-2 the count to Metter. Hughes fires. Metter hits it back up the middle. Gibbs diving effort. It glances off of his glove, skips into center field. Base hit. In to score is Fry, and it's a 7-6 ball game. Well, that ball just perfectly placed by Metter. Would have gotten the run in either way, but here it's a base hit and an RBI. And Deshaun Prinkleton stands in, and now a 1-run game at 7-6 in the 5th inning. Lefty on right-hand batter. Hughes stretches, pitches. Prinkleton fouls it straight back on a bunt attempt. Well, both of those runs will be charged to Mason Mooney. He goes 4 innings, 6 earned runs on 5 hits and 4 walks. Strikes out just a batter in the game. And it's a 7-6 affair here in the 5th. Hughes to Prinkleton, who's 0 for 2. The left-hander straightens up in a 1-run game in the 5th. The 0-1. Slider misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eagles led 5-1 and 7-3. And both times, Wise has had an answer offensively. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hughes pitches. Prinkleton swings and misses on a fastball up. And Hughes gets ahead at 1-2. One out and a runner at first base. Left-hander set. Prinkleton straight up in the batter's box awaits the pitch. Slider misses down, gets through the legs of Ballant. Hustling down to second base, and in there safely is Metter on the wild pitch.
There he is. Bring him in.
So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now the tying run in scoring position. Hughes peering down the barrel at Ballant, and a break-even pitch coming. Left-hander straightens up. He brings it up there and misses it down and in. Well, after Carson-Newman's pitching had been so good these last several ball games, Eagles had allowed 4 runs or fewer in 4 of the last 9 games. And the bullpen's been really, really good. It is a rough start by Mooney, and Hughes now dancing around things in the 5th. 7-6 game. Carson-Newman clings to a long hold, a glance at second twice. The pitch on the inside corner with a fastball. Reed was bailing a little bit, but it was good enough for Andrew Girard, the home plate umpire. Hughes gets ahead at 0-2. Full complement of pitches now. No balls and 2 strikes. The southpaw ready to go, the pitch. And it's a line drive back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Here comes the tying run around third on the RBI hit from Justin Reed. Hurst stops at second base. And it's 7-7. And now Jacob Boyle will be the 8th man of the inning to come to the plate. Carson-Newman got off to a great start offensively, but the pitching has not held up. Rare that has happened in these last few games. First pitch to Boyle is a roller back up the middle. Skips off of the mound. Gibbs grabs it, takes it to the second base bag himself. And that is how the inning comes to a close. But UVA Wise does damage. 3 runs on 4 hits. They strand a pair And after 4.5, we start anew. 7 apiece here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. How do the Eagles respond? Find out when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Carson-Newman has led by 4 runs on 2 separate occasions in the game. Well, Wise has scored 6 runs in the last 3 innings to tie it up at 7. And Lanzer back to work against the heart of Carson-Newman's lineup. And his first pitch to Ballant plunks him.
All right, come on, shake it off. Let's go.
So Ballant plunked. The Eagles were hit by 5 pitches yesterday. And he's on base for the second time in this game. And Nelson Smith will come to the plate. An RBI ground out and an RBI single today. And that was the 75th pitch of the day from Lanzer. And Boyle is out there to have a word. Well, this is a frustrating game in a different way than yesterday for Carson-Newman. Good starting pitching for the Eagles, but they stranded 8 on base in the first 4 innings. Eventually exploded for 4 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. Today, great start. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, but the middle innings have come back to hurt him. Smith at the plate. Lanzer's first pitch to him. He squares the bunt, pushes it first base side. Lanzer will pick it up, underhands it over to Harness for the out. Sacrifice bunt goes 1-3. It gets Ballant over to second base. And that was perfectly executed. Ballant down to second base. He's into scoring position and out of the dugout and making a pitching change is Brandon Costa. 7-7 ball game here in the 5th inning. I'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Eagles and Cavs tied at 7. Here in the 5th.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Cade Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Cade Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Cade Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit KateInsuranceAgency.com.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, ShopSeeingEagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit ShopSeeingEagles.com today.
Carson-Newman and UVA Wise are tied at 7 here in the 5th inning. And UVA Wise turns it over to the bullpen, and they call upon a 6'2", 205-pound freshman right-hander from Gainesville, Georgia, Hunter Brooks. He's making his 7th appearance of the year. He's given up 12 runs in 10 innings. He's also walked 12 and given up 10 hits. And he's the first man out of the bullpen for Brandon Costa here on this Saturday afternoon. Zach Bowes at the plate, Ballin at second. 7-7 game, and Brooks' first pitch is a high fastball, missing for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Carson-Newman looking to get back out in front. Brooks at his best appearance of the year 6 days ago against Concord. The 1-0. High and tight, 2 balls and no strikes. He gave up just a run in 5 innings. In his lone conference outing this year, he walked 3 against Tusculum, gave up 2 runs in 2 innings. But he's in a 2-0 hole here to Bowes. The pitch gets the outside corner of the fastball. It's 2-1. Well, it's a really good crowd here today, capacity crowd around the ballpark. And on a sunny day, his temperatures in the 40s and high 40s, low 50s. The 2-1. That bounces up there, skips away from the catcher Boyle, nearly goes into the first base dugout. Ballant heads over to third base. It's 3-1. That's a wild pitch that gets the go-ahead run 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. So 3 balls and a strike. Ballant has been hit by a pitch, moved to second on a sac bunt, and now to third on a wild pitch. In a game that's tied at 7. Corner infield comes in, middle infield back, 3-1 the count to Bowes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Change up had Bowes way out in front of it. Well, now the second baseman, Metter, comes in as well. And the right-hand pitcher delivers, and Bowes rips this inside of the third base bag, down into the left field corner. Eagles have the lead again as Ballant scores. Bowes into second with a stand-up double. And Carson-Newman back in front, 8-7 in the 5th. Eagles back in front. And Carson-Newman has a quick response after UVA Wise had just tied the score in the top half of this inning. 10th hit of the day for the Eagles. And Ryan Potts into the batter's box. Brooks starts him with a fastball that Potts sizzles foul up the first base line. So that closes the book on Lancer. 4 1/3 innings, 8 earned runs on 9 hits, 2 walks. He strikes out 3. 8-7 the lead here in the 5th. The 0-1. Potts flares this out to center field. Prinkleton is underneath it. He's there to make the catch. Bowes stops at second base after considering making a move. And Aiden Gibson will come up with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Eagles' lead is a run. 8-7 here in the 5th. Potts retired for the first time today. Had singled both of his first 2 trips. And here comes Gibson, who had an RBI single his last time up. 1 out of 2 on the day. Righty against right-hand batter. The pitch. Hit into right field. That's a base hit as it bounces on the outfield grass. Around third Bose. The throw to the plate. Not in time. RBI single for Aiden Gibson. Carson-Newman has scored twice in the fifth to regain the lead at 9-7. Excellent piece of hitting by Gibson on the first pitch that he sees. UVA Wise continues to leave a lot of real estate over on that side of the diamond, and the Eagles' right-hand hitters have exploited it. Gibbs at the plate in a 9-7 game. Brooks pitches. Gibbs bunts it. Third base side. Hurst coming on. Tries the bare hand. Can't come up with it. Everybody's safe. That'll be a bunt single. And the top of the lineup is coming to the plate. And Trey Miller, who has a pair of doubles today. Well, Gibbs has great speed, and he dropped that one down flawlessly. And the Eagles, with 2 runs in here in the fifth, lead 9-7. 2 men on, 2 outs. The first pitch to Miller is a changeup that misses down and in for ball 1. Well, Carson-Newman had led 5-1 and 7-3. They get smacked by giving up 4 unanswered to see that lead evaporate. And they answer right back in the bottom of the inning. 1-0 pitch. Change up again. This one clips the bottom of the zone for a strike, 1-1. And in a 9-7 ball game here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Gibbs at first, Gibson at second. The 1-1. Misses up and away on a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Miller has been red hot of late. He's driven in 11 now on the season, and the majority of those in the last 10 games. The 2-1. Foul ball up and over the first base dugout. Even in the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield is shuffled around to the left-hand side. There is a gaping hole in right field. Fry is over toward the alleyway. If Miller hits one down the right field line, he can run forever. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Bounces up there. 3-2. And now, with good speed on the base paths, those runners can get a head start. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman leads this ball game 9-7. And the payoff pitch coming with the runners on the move. Miller swings and misses on a changeup down. Just couldn't lay off of it. And that ends the inning. So Brooks comes in, gives up the 2 runs. He strikes out Miller. Eagles strand 2. And after 5, it's Carson-Newman on top, 9-7. Which pitching staff gets a stranglehold of some zeros? We'll find out when we come back if it's the Eagles, leading 9-7 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
We've played 10 half innings. A team has scored in 8 of those 10, and in 6 of the 10, there's been multiple runs scored. Top of the order due up for the Cavs in the 6th. Nick Badgett, a switch hitter, hits from the right side now, and Hughes back out there on the slab. The left-hander pitches, and a slider starts him off on the outside corner. Well, Carson-Newman's bullpen entered this weekend having given up 4 runs in March. They need the bullpen to be strong the rest of the way. 0-1 the count. Hughes pitches, and another slider on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Opponents have hit .240 against Carson-Newman's relievers this season. Hughes looking to buckle down here. No balls, 2 strikes. The left-hander pitches, and it's a check swing foul ball back. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, Wise just sent 8 men to the plate in a 3-run 5th inning. They did strand a pair. Both sides have really taken advantage of their opportunities with men on the base paths in this game. 2-run ball game here in the 6th. And a 2-strike pitch from Hughes. Missed up and away on a slider, 1-2. Carson-Newman 6 out of 10 with runners in scoring position. 10 of the team's 12 hits have come with a runner on base. Wise is 4 out of 9 with runners in scoring position. Hughes readies the 1-2. High pop up, first base side out of play. Count holds the ball in 2 strikes. Well, you wonder how Carson-Newman will design the rest of this game. Hughes has pitched 3+ innings twice in his last 3 efforts. Maybe he can get it to the back end and Jake Wright and save Hunter Harrington for the nightcap today. 1-2 the count. Hughes brings it up there, and it's a swing and miss. Excellent pitch from Hughes. He took something off of it, and Badgett was way out in front of it. Hughes gets his first punch out in relief. And with 1 out, nobody on, DJ Dixon, who's been on base 3 times and has scored thrice, is at the plate. 9-7 Eagles in the 6th. Hughes pitches. Slider backs Dixon off the plate on the inside corner, missing for ball 1. Eagles have bodies walking around down in the bullpen, but nobody throwing. 1 ball, no strikes. Lefty pitches. Spots a strike on the inside corner with another slider. And Carson-Newman this year has gone to more of the indoor facility for relievers to warm up, so we don't get a beat on who's throwing down there. 1-1 the count. Hughes settles in out there on the slab. Lifts the leg and fires. Dixon rifles this out to left center field. McLean heads back and a few steps in front of the warning track is there to haul it in. Well, Dixon hit that ball hard, but right out to straightaway center field. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. Eagles lead at 9-7. Matt Fry, 1 out of 3 with a double today. Digs in from the right side. Eagles lead it by a pair. 2 outs and nobody on. Hughes lifts the leg and fires. Just missed outside. Ballant held it for an extra half second. And Andrew Girard did not give Carson-Newman the call. Well, of all the scoring that we've had 2 innings where teams didn't score. Wise is 2nd, Carson-Newman's 4th. Both were 1-2-3 innings. 1-0. Outside corner with a slider again. Strike called, 1-1. Cavs went down in order in the 2nd. Carson-Newman down in order in the 4th. And here in the 6th, Hughes trying to make it a clean frame. 1 ball and 1 strike. He brings it up there, and it's a check swing foul ball that kind of had the perfect mix of everything there. It just evaded the netting, and it banged off of a random pole behind the dugout. Not sure the purpose that it serves other than just being in the way. But it hit sharply off of there and nearly took out the on-deck hitter. Harness again. A ball and 2 strikes. Hughes pitches. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in. And Fry down on strikes. And for the 2nd time today, Carson-Newman's pitching staff sends down the Cavs in order. Hughes a clean inning. The Eagles lead by a pair, 9-7. Can they add some more insurance in a game in which they've led by 4 twice? 2-run lead ahead of the bottom of the 6th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
2, 3, and 4 in Carson-Newman's lineup coming to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Eagles lead it 9-7. And Hunter Brooks back to work against McLean, and McLean shows bunt, backs away, and takes the ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Lanzer started it, threw strikes, but gave up a bunch of hits. The 0-1. Ripped through the left side of the infield, a base hit. McLean has his 2nd hit of the day, his 4th multi-hit game of the season. Carson-Newman has worn out the outfield grass all day. Hit number 13 of the afternoon. And a lot of the hits, I have to go back and try to recount as many, but a lot of those have just been sizzlers through holes in the infield. James Denton at the plate. He squares to bunt. He backs away and takes the ball. It almost looked like he offered at it, but we were shielded by the umpire and catcher, and Denton able to get the bat back. 9-7 Eagles here in the 6th. Brooks pauses. He throws to first. McLean back. McLean has been caught stealing in this game. Wise expecting a bunt. 1-0. Denton does bunt this one, and it goes foul third base side. Well, it was on the inside part of the plate, and Denton brought the hands back and just clipped enough of it to whistle it foul near the on-deck circle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brooks pitches. Denton squares, bunts it foul into the screen behind the plate. Well, Carson-Newman has already failed to get a bunt down in this game on a sacrifice. Gibson struck out in the 2nd inning trying to do just that. And Denton unable to get a sac bunt down on his first 2 tries. Throw to first base. McLean back. Right-hander coming set. He lifts the leg and fires, and Denton fouls it straight back. One ball and 2 strikes to count. He pitches, and Denton fouls one again. Third base side. Hurst giving it a look, but that one gets out of play. So back-to-back foul balls from Denton, and the count still holding. Had a ball and 2 strikes. Scores from around the league so far. Lenore Ryan again picking up where they left off. A 12-4 lead in the bottom of the 5th against Emory and Henry. Anderson leads Coker 5-0 in the 3rd. 1-2 pitch again spoiled off by Denton. 3 straight foul balls with 2 strikes on him. And the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Newberry leads 6-0 in the 3rd against Mars Hill. Already 7 different players have a hit for the Wolves. Throw to first base. McLean back safely. Lincoln Memorial has a 2-0 lead on Wingate in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss for McLean on the 1-2. Tusculum leads Mars Hill 4-0. That game's in the third. So McLean down swinging. He can't get the bunt down and get McLean over. So that's the first out of the inning. Brooks has his second punch out. And with one out and a runner at first, here's Mitchell Ballant. He's been on base twice today. Brooks comes set and pitches, and Ballant lines one into right center field, but that's exactly where the right fielder Fry was playing, but it's over his head and rolls to the fence. McLean had to wait. He'll pull the chute at third base. Ballant into second base. And the Eagles in business on the double from Mitchell Ballant, his second extra base hit of the day. Well, how important is that sacrifice bunt failure loom? That would have been a run. Instead, Eagles will need it. Another play here to get that runner in from third. 9-7, Carson-Newman leads here in the sixth. And Nelson Smith, who already has 2 RBIs on the day, digs in. Wise's infield comes in with one out. And the Eagles an opportunity to get this back up to a 4-run lead. Brooks pitches. Starts him with a curveball that bends in for a strike. McLean at third, Ballant at second. Smith has hit the ball hard every time he's been up there. No balls and a strike. The pitch, another curveball. This one stays high, 1-1. Zach Bose awaits in the on-deck circle for his turn. The question will be is, will the Eagles have more runs already on the board, or will it be up to Bose to get the job done? 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And it twists below the knees for a ball. 2-1 on another curveball. 3 straight curveballs from Brooks. Carson-Newman leads at 9-7 in a game that has featured big scoring innings. Runners get their leads from second and third. The 2-1 fastball, and Smith late on it, fouls it off of first base. First fastball of the sequence, and that was a good pitch to hit. Instead, it's even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith this season, a .450 hitter with runners in scoring position. The Eagles have been great in these spots as well. The 2-2. Ripped to third. Hurst to a knee, picks it up, slaps the tag on McLean, and it's not in time. Everybody's safe. To the naked eye, that looked like Hurst was able to get the tag on McLean, and now the umpires are going to convene. And off the replay that we just saw, that absolutely looks like Hurst got the tag on McLean. And now let's see what the conversation turns into here. Andrew Girard's the only one that may have had a better angle on it, and that's whether or not he was looking down in that direction, the home plate umpire. John White, the third base umpire, made the call that Hurst didn't beat McLean. The only argument you could make, I guess, is maybe Hurst missed the tag. Because it certainly looked like, at least in terms of the timing, that the tag was there before McLean got back to the bag. For now, it's the bases loaded and 1 out, but the umpires talk and agree. The tag was not there in time, and the bases are indeed loaded. That absolutely looked like they were able to get that play off. And that would have been a critical out. Instead, the bases are loaded with 1 out for Zach Bose. So it's a fielder's choice at the end of it all. The 2-2 pitch. Or check that, the first pitch to Bose, rather, misses up in the zone for a ball. So it's a fielder's choice. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the Eagles an opportunity to gain separation here in the 6th. Bose today, 1 out of 3 with an RBI double. The 1-0. Bose jammed on it, flares it out to short, and that's an easy play there for Padgett. retiring Bose for the second out of the inning. A little jam shot that was floating into the glove of the shortstop. Everybody stays put. Bases loaded. Ryan Potts, who has a 2-hit day, will stand in, trying to get the job done here with 2 outs, and the bases loaded. Potts with his 5th 2-hit day of the year. Trying to make it a 3-hit day for the first time this season. 9-7 the lead here in the 6th. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the first pitch is a breaking ball up for ball 1. Leadoff single for McLean. Denton struck out. Fallon a double. The fielder's choice that loaded the bases. Pop out of Bose. 2 outs, bases loaded. 1 ball, no strikes. Potts takes high on a fastball, 2-0. Well, this is one of those moments in a game that one of the 2 sides will circle. And will it be the key for Wise to get back in it by getting out of this jam, or will Carson-Newman pull away? The 2-0. Right down the middle for a strike. Looked like Brooks took a little something off of it to get it over. 2-1. Bottom of Carson-Newman's lineup has been good in this series. Multi-hit days from each of the bottom 3. 2-1 the count. Brooks pitches. Potts fouls it back. And the count holds. Now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Carson-Newman gets good leads from every base. The infield back. The outfield shaded slightly to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. High and away on a fastball. 3-2. And now the runners can get off and rolling. The runners will get a head start. Eagles by 2 in the 6th. Brooks' payoff pitch. Potts rips it down the left field line. Foul ball. If that stays fair, it empties the bases and gives Carson-Newman its largest lead of the game. Instead, it missed by just a couple feet. It was hugging that line for a good chunk, but at the last moment, it missed by about a foot to 2 feet, going foul. And now Brooks will have to do it again. What does he dial up? Does he feel confident enough in another fastball? Does he want to go back to the curveball? And the runners will get the head start once more. 9-7 game in the 6th, the 3-2. Potts rips a fastball into right center field. This is splitting the alley for sure. It bounces in front of Fry. He picks it up. 2 runs are in. Potts into second. Smith in to score. It's a bases clearing double from Ryan Potts. And the Eagles have their largest lead of the day. 12-7 the score here in the 6th. First 3-hit game of the season for Potts. And an RBI double makes it 12-7. Here's Aiden Gibson, a 2-hit day for him so far, and he swings and misses on the first pitch for strike 1. Well, Potts just missed clearing the bases with that foul ball down the left field line. This time he makes no mistakes into the alley in right center. 12-7 the lead. The 0-1 to Gibson, misses down for a ball. 1-1. Gibson has RBI hits in his last 2 at-bats. Actually, I think the umpire called that last one a strike, so it's 0-2. Brooks pauses. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off of third base. Holding the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Carson-Newman today, in 6 trips to the plate, have scored at least 2 runs in 5 of those 6. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and 3 more here in the 6th. And they've put up double figures for the 7th time in the last 13 meetings with Wise. The 0-2. Curveball way up in the zone. Now it's 1-2. Wise entered this weekend with their longest winning streak in 4 years. Carson-Newman, meanwhile, has won 4 in a row and trying to get back to 500 today. The 1-2 pitch. Gibson hits a high fly ball down the right field line. Harness gives chase up the hill, flops forward, and cannot make the catch. Well, that is where foul balls for visitors are nearly never caught. In about any other ballpark, a ball like that is probably an out. But here with that incline, building up that hill towards the football stadium, visitors just don't have that experience of handling that area. A ball and 2 strikes the count here to Gibson. Brooks pitches. That nearly hit him. Misses inside. 2-2. 12 runs on 15 base hits with 4 left on base for Carson-Newman. 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 5 left aboard for the Cavs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The break even. That hits him on the left shoulder. So Gibson plunked, and the inning keeps rolling along, and the 8th man of the frame to come to the plate will be Will Gibbs, who has a 2-hit day on his pocket. So Gibbs will get his turn. With runners at first and second base, and Brooks trying to limit the damage now as he's given up 3 runs here in the 6th inning. Eagles have scored 5 in a row. First pitch to him is on the inside corner for a strike. Wise had just come back to score it in the 5th. At 7 apiece, but a 2-run 5th and a 3-run 6th. 1 strike pitch coming. Curveball twists out of the zone, bouncing up there for ball 1, 1-1. Both teams into the bullpen. Starters combined to give up 14 runs in this one. 1 ball and 1 strike, the pitch. Well off the plate, 2-1. Oh, Brooks just threw his 50th pitch of the day. And now you can start to feel perhaps he's laboring a little bit. 2 balls and 1 strike. The right-hander brings it up there. Gibbs lays off. It's 3-1. Carson-Newman has 3 hits here in the inning. That one controversial call at third base continues to loom large where it looked like Hurst got the out. 3-1. Down the middle for a strike. It's 3-2. Instead of getting that out and getting out of the inning with no runs allowed, John White said that Hurst never got the tag on him. Extended the frame, kept a buffer for the Eagles, and Potts made him pay. Runners take off. Gibbs shoots it through the right side of the infield. That's a base hit. Potts comes in to score. Gibson to third base. He's rounding the corner. He's coming to the plate. The throw in, not in time. Gibbs down to second base. He's out, but that ends the inning. Carson-Newman able to get 2 runs in this. 2 more runs. It's a 2-run single for Will Gibbs. So it's a base hit. He is out 9 to 6, 2 to 6. Gibson scores all the way from first. Potts is in to score. It's a 2-run single for Gibbs. It's a 5-run 6 for the Eagles. And a 14-7 lead now. Eagles on top by a touchdown against the Cavs. We go to the 7th on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment draining. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Cole Harness swings and misses at the first pitch, and the 0-1 misses down. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Carson-Newman with a 5-run 6th inning, and the Eagles have opened up a 14-7 lead. A 7 unanswered spot by the Eagles. Harness at the plate. Hughes has retired 4 in a row. And the 1-1 offering from the southpaw. Another slider. Doesn't entice Harness this time. It's 2-1. Harness is homered in this game. He's driven in 3 more runs. He's the first player in the conference to drive in 30 runs this year. And the left-hand hitter with his team down 7 here in the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. 2-2. Well, Carson-Newman has a season high for hits now in a game this year, pounding out 16 of them. Prior high was 14 in the opener against Mars Hill. Hughes settles in, ready to go. The 2-2. Slider chopped off of the plate backwards. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hughes sitting now at 37 pitches on the day. On in relief of Mason Mooney. 2 innings and a run with 2 strikeouts so far. As he readies with the break-even pitch. He brings it up there and misses way outside with a slider, 3-2. Well, Harness was the first batter that Hughes faced when he entered in the 5th inning, gave up a sacrifice fly. And that was the inning that Wise had come back to tie it at 7 apiece, but Carson-Newman's offense has rattled off 7 in a row. Hughes pauses. Here's the payoff. Misses down and in, ball 4. Tried the slider. Harness doesn't offer at it, and a leadoff base runner for UVA Wise here in the 7th inning. And Hunter Metter will come to the plate. He's got a 2-hit day working. He's driven in a pair as well. 14-7, Carson-Newman on top here in the 7th. Harness at first base. Hasn't attempted to steal this year. The lefty pitches, and here's a line drive over Miller into left center field for a base hit. Smith quickly over to cut it off. Harness pauses at second base. A walk and a base hit. And UVA Wise's offense back at it here in the 7th inning. 8th hit of the day for the Cavs. And Deshaun Prinkleton will stand in. Prinkleton had a great day yesterday. 2 hits and 5 trips, but he's 0 for 3 today. 14-7 Eagles here in the 7th. Hughes comes set out there on the rubber and pitches. And he misses outside on a slider. 1-0. Well, you know Carson-Newman's bullpen will likely get active here in this inning. Hughes probably has another couple batters in him. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off down the right field line out of play. 1-1. 42 pitches now on the day. They've really extended him in the last couple weeks. He hadn't really thrown that many pitches through much of his career. Hadn't gone multiple innings that frequently until this season. 1-1 pitch. Prinkleton chops it out towards shortstop. Picked up by Miller. He'll throw it to third. Gibson is able to get the foot on the bag. They get the lead runner in the transaction, and it's the first down of the inning. Alert play by Miller, and Gibson was trying to find the bag and was just able to do so in time. So the putout works 6-5 at third base. It is the first down, and it brings Jeb Hurst to the plate. Hurst today has walked twice. He's been on base now 6 of 7 plate appearances against Carson-Newman this weekend. The lefty pitches, and a slider hits the outside corner for a strike at 0-1. Hurst went to Roane State Community College. Eagles were on him a little bit at that time, but just not enough space for him to play when they were recruiting him. And Hurst ended up at UVA Wise, and he has made Carson-Newman pay. The 0-1. Flies this out to straightaway center field. McLean races back, makes the catch in front of the warning track. Tagging at second is Metter. He hustles over to third. So for the second time today, Carson-Newman retires Hurst. Prinkleton stays at first base. And now it's on Justin Reed if UVA Wise is to get anything here in this inning. Reed has 2 RBI hits in this game. Entered today as a .237 hitter for the season. Had 9 total hits this year, and he's got 2 more today. 14-7, Eagles in the 7th. Hughes brings it up there with this left-hand offering, and it's a good slider, tight down at the knees, inside corner, to get ahead of a strike and nothing. Carson-Newman leads it by 7. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. The southpaw pauses, turns it loose, and nearly hit him. Fastball that came right up to the hands of the right-hand hitter. He was able to tuck those into his chest to avoid being plunked. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. Carson-Newman leads it by 7. Hughes settles in at the belt, glances at first base, now pitches. Another slider. This one hits the outside corner. 1-2. A big pitch coming up. In this situation, Hughes has had a good feel of that slider. Does he come with another one? Reed awaits. Hughes delivers. It is another slider, but it drifts a little bit up and away. Even in the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander works on the first base side of the rubber. The 2-toned mitt comes set at the belt. The 2-2 is another slider. This one's spoiled off, fouling it off of first base. Over towards the football field. The next pitch that Hughes will throw will be number 51. Another lengthy outing here for the southpaw. This one in relief. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. High and tight against Reed. And Hughes works out of the jam in the 7th and tosses up the 0 in the frame. We've played 6.5. It's stretch time here at the ballpark. And with Carson-Newman on top, 14-7, the Eagles in control. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, looking for some more as we step out for a break on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
UVA Wise goes into the bullpen, and they call upon a right-hander, Jake Taylor, 6'2", 200, a freshman from Mount Carmel, Tennessee, Southwest Community College, for the right-hander as he comes in, third pitcher of the day for the Cavaliers. And it's been a tough year for Taylor. Fifth appearance and an ERA of 13.5 as he pitches, and Miller floats one out towards left center field. This is in no man's land, and it's dropping in for a base hit. The closest player to it was Badgett, and Miller has a 3-hit day with a leadoff single here in the 7th. Hit number 17 of the afternoon for Carson-Newman. Taylor gave up 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning against UNC Pembroke. That was really his worst outing of the season. And now Dalton McClain at the plate. He's got a 2-hit day going, been aboard 3 times. And he's not showing bunt. Instead takes a slider on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Well, a big offensive day for Carson-Newman. Their most hits of the season. Throw to first base. Miller back. Righty on right-hand batter. Miller's a threat to steal. Doesn't take off here, and the pitch misses down and in. 1-1. Miller leads the team with 7 stolen bases. And with Carson-Newman on top, 14-7. Looking to continue to play add-on. The right-hander has the sign. He brings it up there, and a slider is a good pitch down and in. McClain out in front of it. Close the book on Hunter Brooks, an inning and 2/3. 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts. One ball, 2 strikes. The right-hander pitches, and that hits the wrist of Dalton McClain. And he's a free base runner on a 1-2 pitch. Well, McClain was thinking perhaps about checking his swing, and that ball ended up plunking him. And Carson-Newman will bring in a pinch hitter as well. Cade Berkey is off of the bench. He's out to pinch hit. It's the first substitution either team has made in this series. So Berkey about ready to come up to pinch hit. First 2 have reached here in the 7th. Right-hand pitcher and left-hand batter. Eagles lead at 14-7 here in the bottom of the 7th. The right-hander pitches, and Berkey takes off the plate up and away. Berkey this season is 1 for 5 of the plate with an RBI. A Knoxville product. Taylor pitches, misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander siding the sign and now pitching. And a curveball is in there for a strike. 2-1. Carson-Newman's season high for hits last season was 19 against Limestone. Well, they're trending in that direction right now with 17. 6 more outs to go. 2-1 the count. Check a second, the pitch. A good tight slider whips through the zone for a called strike. It's 2-2. Taylor out in relief, gives up a hit and a hit batter. Taylor out there on the slab, straightens up. The right-hander's 2-2. Off the plate away, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch, and that's off the plate, up and away. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Mitchell Ballant. So a single, a hit batter on a 1-2 pitch, and now a walk. And with the bases loaded, Mitchell Ballant an opportunity. He's got a triple, a double. He's been hit by a pitch, been aboard 3 times. Carson-Newman leads at 14-7 here in the 7th. Taylor delivering, and that nearly hit him on a breaking ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the pitching staff of UVA Wise entered the weekend ranked last in the league in ERA and WHIP and a few other categories, and it hasn't been any better this weekend. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Ballant takes high. 2 balls, no strikes. And it looks like Wise will get some more activity going down in the bullpen as they try to find the right solution to getting these final outs. This is game 1 of 2 today. We'll play a second ball game coming up. 7-inning game. The 2-0. Ballant swings and misses. Fastball inside. 2-1. Well, if Carson-Newman can get this lead out any further, you would think that the bullpen would bring in some new arms and rest whoever else for the final game of the finale. 2-1 is shoveled down the first baseline foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, bases juiced, nobody out in the last of the 7th. Taylor delivering. Ballant pops it up, third base side. Infield fly rule in effect, and it's the third baseman making the catch in Hurst in foul ground to retire Ballant, and he can't get the job done. With Nelson Smith coming to the plate. So with 1 out and the bases loaded, Smith at the plate. Been productive in every at-bat, scored twice, is driven into. 14-7 the score here in the 7th. Taylor delivers and misses high with this fastball, 1-0. Carson-Newman looking to win a sack series for the 5th time in the last 6 dating back to last season. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Smith rockets this out to right field. Fry camped out underneath. He makes the catch, tagging from third Miller. The throw comes to the middle of the infield. Miller scores. It's a sacrifice fly for Smith. 3 RBI day for him, and a 15-7. So a sacrifice fly gets the Eagles another run and a 15-7 lead here in this frame. And now Zach Bose Slider misses off the plate away, 1-0. Bo's 1 out of 4 with an RBI double today. And with Carson-Newman leading it here by 8, the Eagles have tied their season high for runs scored. The 1-0 pitch. That nearly hit Bose. I don't know how it didn't. That looked like it was going to get at least the upper body, if not somewhere around his head. And he was fortunate enough that he dodged it. 2-0 the count to Bose with 2 on and 2 outs. Taylor pitches, misses down and away. It's 3-0. Eagles beat Emory and Henry in the series opener back in February, 15-4. This is the third time this year the Eagles have put up double-digit runs. Second time in the last 3. 3-0 pitch right down the middle on a fastball, 3-1. Carson-Newman looking to start the year 4-1 in league play. Their best start in the last 5 years was a 6-1 2018 start. 3-1. Bose swings and skies it straight away center. Coming on, still coming on. Prinkleton. He makes the catch, and as he does so, he flies to the ground. And that ends the inning. Pretty good work right there by Taylor. He limits the damage to just a run in the frame. Eagles settle for that 1 run. They strand a pair. They've left 6 on base today. And the Eagles have a 15-7 lead. We're heading to the 8th. Eagles on top by 8 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Changes for Carson-Newman. Cade Berkey stays in the game at first base. Spencer Williams comes into the game. He's now in left field. And Spencer Bright comes into the game as well. He's behind the dish. 9-1 and 2 due up for the Cavs here in the 8th inning. Carson-Newman leads at 15-7. Griff Hughes back to work. 3 innings so far of work. And left-hander pitches and misses high for ball 1. That was pitch number 52 for Griff Hughes. Boyle today at the plate. He's 0 for 3. Eagles have scored the last 8 as Hughes pitches. Misses inside with a fastball. Well, Mason Mooney started it. 4 innings, 6 earned runs allowed. And Hughes has come in and given up just 1 run through 3 innings. 2-0 pitch. Ripped down the left field line, but foul. 2 balls and a strike. Well, looking around the rest of the league, Carson-Newman's 15 runs, not the most put up in the league so far today. Lenore-Ryan, 18-5 leaders at Emory and Henry. They just scored 6 in the 6th. 2-1. Inside corner at the knees for a strike. 2-2. Anderson pulling away from Coker, 7-1 in the 5th. Newberry in the 4th inning has scored in every inning. They lead Morris Hill 11-0. 2-2 pitch coming here from Hughes. Check swing, roller to third. Gibson up with it, throwing it over to first base. Berkey makes the catch after leaning forward. And that retires Boyle for the opening out here of the 8th inning. So 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th. And Nick Badgett coming back to the plate, hitting from the right side, is 0 for 4 today. And Hughes, the left-hander, ready to get rolling as he pitches, and he misses down and in for a ball, 1-0. Well, Hughes is trending towards the longest outing of his career right now. The left-hander, 1-0 pitch, misses down and in. It's 2 balls, no strikes. He's matched his career best. That was in that 15-inning ball game last week against Mars Hill, 3 1/3. And if he can get one more out, it'd be a career-long outing for him. The 2-0 misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Badgett today, 0 out of 4. Carson-Newman out hitting-wise, 17-8, leading at 15-7 in the run column. 3-0 pitch. Foul tip. I think on the follow-through, Badgett got a piece of the mask of Spencer Bright, and he'll have to walk back behind the plate. The other scores to update you on: Tusculum blanking Mars Hill 6-0 the lead down in Greenville, and Lincoln Memorial continues to hold on to a lead at 3-2 against Wingate. And those are your conference games from around the league right now. 3-1 the count here to Badgett. The pitch. Grounded in the hole at third. Picked up with a backhand by Miller. Long throw to first. Berkey with nice stretch up the first base line. Fields it on a hop. That's great footwork by Berkey. Quick, strong throw from Trey Miller. But the pick at the other end, the reason why that's an out. Berkey had to reach across his body, reset his feet, and make the play. 2 outs now for DJ Dixon, and Hughes starts him with a slider down and away for a ball. Well, 3 2/3 innings now for Hughes. Longest career outing. He's in line to win it. With a count at 1 ball and no strikes, Hughes pitches. It's a swing and a miss. Slider down and away. Dixon today reached base in each of his first 3 appearances and scored in each of his first 3 at-bats, but lined out to center against Hughes in the 6th. The 1-1. That nearly hit him. Slider inside. Dixon backs away. Counts at 2 balls and a strike. Carson-Newman with 15 runs. Their season-high output a year ago was 16 twice, including that 16-12 win over the Cavaliers. Hughes pauses with a 2-1. Misses down and away with a slider, 3-1. 65 pitches now for Hughes. Plenty of white jerseys down in the bullpen, but none throwing. 3-1 the count. Hughes delivers. Gets a strike on the outside corner with another slide piece. Running the count full at 3-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 8th. Carson-Newman 15. UVA-wise 7. And the payoff pitch coming. Hughes readies the pitch. And that hits Dixon in the helmet. I guess if you're going to walk somebody, might as well miss way out of the zone, and that's exactly what Hughes did. Had retired 5 in a row prior to that. And now Travis Tingle's out of the dugout. New pitcher coming in for Carson-Newman. We'll tell you about him when we come back. Eagles lead it 15-7 here in the 8th.
Now pitching for Carson-Newman, number 24, Jackson Corbin.
Jackson Harbin comes in out of the bullpen for Carson-Newman. Harbin is the third pitcher of the day for Carson-Newman, making his 8th appearance of the year through 2 scoreless innings in the 13-0 win over Tusculum on Wednesday. 4 strikeouts in that one, and comes in with 2 outs and a runner at first, and his first pitch of the inning is right at the knees to the right-handed hitting Matt Fry. 0-1 as he gets ahead. Fry today 1 out of 4. The 0-1 just missed down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eagles lead this one 15-7. Harbin from the first base side of the slab. The 1-1. This one ripped into left field. That drops in for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Dixon. So with 2 outs, a hit batter, and now a base hit to left. And it brings Cole Harness to the plate in an 8-run ball game here in the 8th inning. Ninth hit of the game for Wise. 15-7 Eagles here in the 8th. Harbin to go to work on Harness, who's been aboard 3 times. The first pitch is a fastball tailing off the plate away for ball 1. Harness has drawn 2 walks. He's hit a 2-run home run, and the only at-bat in which the Eagles retired him was a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Harbin picks back to second base. Miller sneaking in behind Dixon, but no tag was applied. Been quite the ball game. Carson-Newman fell behind 1-0 in the first, answered with 3 in the bottom of the inning, 2 more in the second to take a 5-1 lead. The 1-0, well outside and down, 2 balls and no strikes. Wise came back to make it a 2-run game in the top of the 3rd. Eagles got it back to 4 at 7-3 in the 3rd. A run in the 4th, 3 more in the 5th, tied the game at 7. Eagles have scored the last 8 to lead at 15-7. 2-0 pitch. Harness swinging on a fastball and fouling it back to the screen. 2-1. Eagles trying to iron down a 4th consecutive conference win. The 2-1. Up and away. 3 balls and a strike. Hunter Metter awaits in the on-deck circle, and he's working on a 3-hit ball game. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Harbin pitches, and Harness pops it up off of third base out of play. That'll run the count full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners will be running on the pitch. 15-7, Carson-Newman leads here in the 8th. Harbin pauses. Now he pitches, and Harness fouls another one off. Well, Harbin could have let this at bat go in Harness's favor, but he's been able to find the strike zone here with a little more frequency. Continues to work the outer half. Once again, a payoff pitch coming from Harbin. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He beat him with a fastball up. And that ends the inning. And yet again, a Carson-Newman reliever comes in a big spot and slams the door shut. 2 more runners stranded on base for UVA Wise. And Carson-Newman leads it 15-7. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Eagles will try to play add-on one more time when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
UVA Wise brings in another hurler. Fourth pitcher of the day is Nick Tucker. Tucker's 5'10", 170, a sophomore from Lenore, North Carolina. And he enters on the mound, and Evan Stanley takes over behind the plates. And the first batter is Ryan Ponta this inning, and the first pitch from Tucker stays high for ball one. Tucker on in relief after Taylor gave up a run in the seventh, and the 1-0 stays high here. 2 balls and no strikes. So Taylor an inning, a hit, a run, and a walk. 2-0 pitch. Potts squibs it foul up the line. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike here to Potts. Tucker delivers and misses high with a breaking ball. 3 balls and a strike. Tucker making his third appearance of the year. He's gotten just 1 out so far and given up 5 runs. 3-1 is down the middle for a strike. It's 3-2. Well, Carson-Newman, 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh. Looking to score for the 7th time in 8 innings here in the 8th. Payoff pitch, way upstairs, ball 4. So a walk to Potts. He's on base for the 4th time today. And another leadoff base runner for Carson-Newman. And Aiden Gibson will get his turn. Gibson's been on base 3 consecutive plate appearances. He's got a 2-hit day. And the first pitch to him is roped to third. Good backhand by Hurst. Spins, throws to second for 1. Over to first base, double play. Well, it all started with the play by Jeb Hurst. A 5-4-3 twin killing. Excellent work there by Hurst. And now Will Gibbs. First pitch to him, stays up in the zone. Hurst did a good job of the backhand, a pirouette, and a good throw to second base. And Metter completed the transaction. 1-0 is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 15-7. Carson-Newman on top. The 1-1 on the inside corner of the fastball. It's 1-2. Eagles looking to win their first 2 conference series of the year for the first time since 2020. And 3 outs away from doing that. The 1-2 pitch on the inside corner for strike 3 called. Gibbs did not like the call at all, but in an 8-run game of game 1 of the doubleheader, the umpire gives him the call, and that ends the inning. Carson-Newman leads it 15-7. 3 more outs to get for Coach Tom Griffin's crew. And we'll have those outs coming up for you in the top of the 9th. The Eagles lead at 15-7 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Carson-Newman leads UVA Wise 15-7. Top of the ninth inning. Clay Simpson is on in relief to try to iron this thing down. Hunter Metter leads off, and Simpson's first pitch bounces up in the dirt for ball one. Clay Simpson on in relief for the fourth time this year. Had a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts against Tusculum on Wednesday. Metter has a 3-hit day. Eagles have scored 8 in a row, breaking up a 7-7 tie. Simpson pitches. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and tight. 1-1. Griff Hughes in line to win it, while Clayton Lanzer in line to lose it. 1-1 pitch from Simpson. Swing and a miss again. Another high fastball. Carson-Newman leads this game 15-7. One ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Goes to the curveball. It bounces up there. Skips away from Bright. Cannot get there in time. And Metter reaches safely on the strikeout. So it's a strikeout, wild pitch. That allows him to reach. So nobody out. And Metter on base for the 4th time. Now here's Deshaun Prinkleton. First pitch to him. Bounces up there on a ball. Curveball in the dirt. Bright trying to keep the ball in front of him. One ball and no strikes. The pitch. Up and in. That buzzes the tower of Prinkleton. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Always frustrating as a pitcher when you get a strikeout and the man reaches base. That's how good of a pitch it was, though, by Simpson. The 2-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 2-1. Two balls and a strike to count. Runner at first base in a 15-7 game in the 9th. The pitch. Foul tip on a swing and miss. 2-2. Now Simpson coming in, throwing strikes, getting ahead in the count. Getting some swings and misses as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Simpson readies. He pitches, and he misses upstairs to run the count full at 3-2. Simpson looking to lock this thing down and get Carson-Newman a series victory and give him a chance to play for the sweep in the finale. 3-2 pitch. Misses inside, ball 4. And the first 2 men have reached here in the top of the 9th inning. So a strikeout wild pitch. Gets the leadoff man on base, and then the 4th walk of the season by Simpson. Here's Jeb Hurst, 0 for 2 with 2 walks in the game. Simpson ready to go in a 15-7 game, and a first pitch over the top curveball is in there for strike 1. Well, Jackson Harbin came in for Griff Hughes. Hughes gave up just the run in 3 2/3 innings. 0-1 pitch. Another curveball misses down. Harbin comes in, gives up a hit, gets a strikeout. Needs just 10 pitches, and that's what Simpson is at right now, the 1-1. Another swing and miss on a pitch up in the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, again, we've been here before. Simpson ahead in the count. Can he put away Hurst? Righty against right-hand batter. The 1-2 pitch here from Simpson. Chopped third base side foul. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eagles could really use a double play ball of their own here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Simpson fires. Strike 3 called. Curveball right down the middle. Hurst can't get the bat off of his shoulder. Simpson a third of the way home here in the 9th. His second strikeout of the inning. And with 1 out and 2 men on, here's Justin Reed. He struck out twice. He's got 2 RBI hits as well. Simpson operates and fires, and this ball's bounced foul, third base side, 0-1. Carson-Newman leads 15-7, a game in which they led by 4 runs twice at the outset. Wise came back to tie the score at 7 in the 5th. Eagles got 2 in the bottom half of that inning, 5 in the 6th, and 1 more in the 7th. 0-1 the count. Simpson delivering, misses down and away on a breaking ball. It's 1-1. One pitch. Looped into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Metters hustling around third base. Over to third goes Prinkleton. It's an RBI single for Justin Reed, his 3rd RBI hit of the day. And that stops that 8-0 Carson-Newman run to make it 15-8. So Evan Stanley will dig into the box. Stanley came in the 8th inning to catch. And Travis Tingle is out of the dugout. He wants to make a change. So Simpson's day done. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in a moment. Eagles lead by 7 in the 9th.
Now pitching number 35, Jacob Overbeck.
Clay Simpson gets 4 batters. He gets 2 strikeouts, but the wild pitch allowed a runner to reach. And that's why Carson-Newman still in this jam here with runners at the corners and 1 out in the 9th. Jake Overbeck on in relief. And the right-hander, first pitch to Stanley, misses inside for ball 1. Overbeck making his 5th appearance of the year for the Eagles. Scoreless inning against the Pioneers on Wednesday, the 1-0. Misses down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Stanley took over for Boyle behind the plate in the last inning. He is 2 out of 15 at the dish this season. 2-0 pitch. Inside corner. One plate umpire gives him a strike. 2-1. Overbeck pauses, now pitches. And this one's lined into right center field. Potts heading over. It's over his head. It's off the warning track and off the wall. Prinkleton scores. To second, Stanley with an RBI double. 2 runs in here in the 9th, and it's down to a 6-run game.
Keep it going. Let's go.
Well, the line just keeps on working here in the 9th. Prinkleton scoring from third. Reed over to third. RBI double Stanley. And the first pitch to Nick Badgett. Back to the left-hand side of the plate. He takes a strike. He's 0 out of 5 today. 0-1 pitch. This one lined into left field. That's a base hit. In to score comes Reed. To third goes Stanley, and it's down to a 5-run game at 15-10. So now DJ Dixon and Spencer Bright will make the walk out to the mound. 3 runs on 3 consecutive hits. Carson-Newman just trying to stop the bleeding now. A 15-10 game. Yesterday, if you remember, the Eagles had to bring in Jake Wright for the final out. And you're starting to get into that territory where if you're Carson-Newman, you don't want to mess around anymore. Giving up 3 runs here in the 9th. Tingle out of the dugout. He wants to bring in a new pitcher, and Carson-Newman keeps the line rolling. We'll tell you about him in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
Now pitching number 4, Jake Wright.
Jake Wright has to come in to slam the door shut for a second day in a row. Yesterday had to enter the ball game against Deshaun Prinkleton to iron things out. Here he faces DJ Dixon with runners at the corners, 3 runs in, and Carson-Newman's lead down to 5 at 15-10. Right-hand pitcher and left-hand batter. And the first pitch to Dixon misses off the plate away for ball 1. So with Carson-Newman ahead by 5, they have to turn to their closer. And Jake Wright, right-hander, kicks and fires, and a foul ball straight back. 1-1. He threw 3 pitches yesterday. Right-hand pitcher ready to go. The 1-1. Just missed outside on a fastball. It's 2 balls and a strike. (15-10) the score. Wright pauses. The 2-1. Fouled straight back. It's 2-2. Well, Carson-Newman was trying to do the right thing and give some of their young pitchers opportunities to get out there and see what they can do. But they have to turn it over to Jake Wright. This is the 3rd pitcher of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wright kicks and fires, and it's a foul tip. Wright had a chance to squeeze it, and it would have been a strikeout. Instead, it just glanced out of his mitt. It looked like it hit the outer half of his glove, and the deflection carried it out. Another 2-2 coming here from Jake Wright. Misses down and away, and the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Carson-Newman had scored 8 consecutive runs. And with a count at 3 balls and 2 strikes, the payoff pitch, and Dixon lifts it in the air out to left. Spencer Williams underneath. He makes the catch. Tagging and then slamming on the brakes is Stanley. And Wise down to its final outs with Matt Fry coming to the plate. He's 2 out of 5 today. Carson-Newman 15, UVA Wise 10. Second time in the last 3 meetings, both teams have scored double-digit runs. This pitch is off of the glove of Bright, rolls to the third base side, and the runner at second base will take, or the runner at first base rather, will take second. That'll be a pass ball. That gets him over into scoring position. The 1-0. Misses inside. 2-0. Well, it'll be Ethan Patch for Carson-Newman in the finale of this series, coming up about 30 minutes after this one ends. And the Eagles will go for the sweep. If they can hold off Wise here, the 2-0. That nearly hit him. It's 3-0. Well, you're starting to get into that territory where some of these big hitters loom. You look at the on-deck batter, that's Cole Harness, the league leader in RBIs. He can't tie the game, but boy, could he make your knees wiggle. The 3-0. Right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. And certainly if you're Carson-Newman, you do not want to get to him. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. This ball ripped into left field. It bounces in front of Williams. In to score Stanley. It's a 4-run ball game now all of a sudden at 15-11. Badgett stops at third. RBI single. And Cole Harness comes to the plate. The tying run is now in the on-deck circle. 15-11. Wright's first pitch to Harness. Misses down and in for ball 1. The Eagles entered this inning with an 8-run lead. And they have messed around. And Wise has brought it back within 4. 1-0 pitch coming here to Harness. Misses down, gets through the legs of Bright, but it deadens right behind him. 2-0. And now Tom Griffin is coming out of the dugout, and he is going to have a word with his group out there. Carson-Newman led this ball game and seemed like this thing was over. It was 15-7 entering the inning, and UVA Wise just keeps knocking at the door, and the Eagles keep leaving it slightly open. And it's starting to get more and more open. Carson-Newman leads at top of the 9th. 4 runs in for the Cavs in the inning. 2-0 pitch. Harness fouls it off up the third base line. 2-1. $30 hits, 26 runs in the game. The 2-1. Way upstairs. 3-1. Well, Jake Wright uncharacteristically errant in this outing. 16 pitches, only 7 have been strikes so far. And Hunter Metter waits in the on-deck circle. He was the man that led off this inning. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the middle. Harness waves at it. Wise down to its final strike. Can Wright put it away? 3-2 with 2 outs. Here it is, way outside, and the tying run is coming to the plate here in the 9th. And it's Hunter Metter with an opportunity. Metter today has been on base 4 times. if you remember, at the start of this inning, he was struck out, but he reached because of a wild pitch. 15-11 here in the ninth. Wright's first offering is right down the middle for a strike, getting ahead of Metter at 0-1. Carson-Newman's given up 4 runs in this inning. Seemed to be on cruise control, but it's 15-11. The 0-1 pitch. Down the middle again. Metter has let 2 fastballs fly right by him. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Wright looking to end this one. And here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, it was nervier than it needed to in the ninth, but Jake Wright comes in, gets the punch out, and the Eagles wrap it up. Carson-Newman wins the series for the second consecutive week, and the Eagles win it 15-11 in a game that takes 3 hours and 4 minutes to complete in front of 173 fans. So Carson-Newman wins this ball game, and the Eagles can now turn their sights to a sweep. And we'll have that for you coming up right around 3:30. Hope you stick with us. Carson-Newman wins game 1, 15-11 here on the Eagle Sports Network.